Northwest Outdoors. I'm Willie, and today I'm on Lone Lake. But the show is going to be about Bass Lake. I'm starting the show for a special reason. Last year I taught my grandson how to tie his first fly. And this spring I brought him out here to Lone Lake in a kick boat. His little fins were so small and it was windy. I had to tie him to my kick boat to get him around the lake. But we did it, and lo and behold, he caught his first fish. Really nice. It looked to be about 16 to 18 inches. And that footage, every time I see it, I laugh. It's just, it's so wonderful. It warms a grandfather's heart. We didn't land it, but this footage is worth $1 million to me. And I want to share it with all of you. So enjoy, and I'll be right back.
Yeah, you got one.
Yeah, you do. Look, lift your rod tip up. Lift the rod tip up. Reel it.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Keep your rod tip up. Keep it higher. All right, great. Woohoo!
Yeah, that's a pretty big one.
It's a pretty big one. Look at that. Woo! All right, great. Come on. Reel, buddy. Lift the rod tip up. Lift the rod tip up. Reel. Yeah, there you go. That's it. That's it. That's it, buddy. Whew. Let's see if we can see this fish coming up. Whoa! Look at that. Look at that rod tip. Come on, lift up. Lift up. No, no. Yeah, like that. Like that. Whoa, whoa. Just hold back. Hold back. Let it go. There, look it. Don't, be careful, you're gonna break the rod. Okay, just let it go, let it go, let it run. Oh man, that's a nice fish, Gray. Let me get over here just a second. Oh, you reeled it in a little bit too far. Let me get the net. Yeah, bring it over this way. Bring it right here to the net. Yeah, you're doing good. Bring it right to the net.
Oh, dang. It took the whole line.
Oh, that was just amazing. What could be better than to watch a kid catch his first trout on a fly rod? In a kick boat? In the middle of a lake? Well, that's just magic to me as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, the fly I'm going to tie for this show is my brown Guinea soft hackle fly. Soft hackle flies, I don't see being used much anymore. They were very popular when I started fly fishing in the 80s, and they can be very effective, as you'll see later on. Anyway, let's get started. I tie this fly as if I was going to tie a steelhead fly with a stinger hook. I start with an articulated shank, but I bend it out because I want to put this bead head on here. Next, I have a hook right here. And what I've done is I went to Michael's and I found this beading wire, the smallest beading wire they had, coated stainless steel 7-strand. And I tied these before with 20-pound backing, and let me tell you, they broke the backing and slipped the hook. I was fishing this at Pass with a friend, and I hung a fish, and boy, I would get bite after bite after bite, and I couldn't keep them on. Finally, I looked at my fly, and there's no hook on it. Hard to catch a fish without a hook on it. So let's get the thread on here. Now I'll lay this in, and as you can see, I'm about 1/8 of an inch back from the end of the articulated shank. Wrap this around, get it situated, and I like to get that wire right on the top of the articulated shank. Wrap that in. Then I'll take and bend this back and then wrap that in, and that secures that wire. It's not going to go anywhere. Then get my cutters, because you don't want to use fly tying scissors on this wire, that's for sure. Okay, that's done, all in, ready to go. Now the next step is to tie the tail, and as I've said in my last few videos, I've kind of moved away from marabou and I've gone to rabbit. I really liked rabbit, and the best way to get the length on it is to buy zonker strips and just cut the rabbit off the backing, the leather on the zonker strip. This is really hard to get, so you can see what I'm doing is I'm grabbing a bunch, and then I'll try to get it in the camera. It's really difficult though, and just cut it off the leather. Take that bunch, pinch it together, and what I like to do is I put the edge of it right this side of the bend of the hook. Now, the reason I do that is, especially at pass, get short bit a lot. When trout attack a fly, they attack it from the back side. So if you have a long tail, they'll bite down on that tail but miss the hook. With this will increase the chances of you catching that fish. At least that's the theory. And I feel it really works. It seems like my catch rate versus my bite rate has gone up. So let's finish getting that all wrapped in. Okay, that looks nice. Next I'm going to build the body. And I build the body with a dubbing loop, and I stack my dubbing. I'm going to stack 3 different types of dubbing. The first dubbing I'm going to stack is, that's not it, it's going to be STS, and I'm going to use this dark brown. I really like the STS dubbing. So I'm going to take pieces that are about 1/2 inch, and I'm going to put it here on my paper, lay it out to where it's fairly thin. And normally when I do a dubbing loop, my dubbing's only the width of the paper, a little bit shorter. Because we're going to have such a long body on this, I'm going to make my dubbing a little bit longer. And as you can see, it's even, but it's sparse. Okay, the next layer is going to be laser yarn and or dubbing, and what I'm using is, it's a kind of a cinnamon color with green flashabou in it. And now this is not going to be as dense on here. It's going to be, but I want to cover the whole first layer. So what I'm going to use is I'm going to use a dark brown seal dubbing for the final layer. And it's almost a kind of a reddish brown. Okay, that looks nice. Next step, need to make a dubbing loop. Make it fair. Make your loop fairly long. You have a long dubbing. Okay, wrap a few that way. Wrap 3 or 4 this way. Then I'm going to wrap my thread to the head of the fly. Bring around my bobbin holder. Wax my thread. Get my spinner. Pick the dubbing up. Set it in here. And this is at this point we can adjust it. Make sure it's even. Then what I like to do is I like to even up the ends of it. And when I'm done doing this, my dubbing is about, well, this looks like maybe 3/4 of an inch or so in diameter. Now spin this sucker up. Got to be careful not to spin it too much because the thread can break. Okay, that looks pretty good. Now I'm going to get my dubbing brush and brush this out. Now, when it's brushed out, the thread, the dubbing on the thread should be even. And you want to brush out to where it's thin on the thread. Wrap this around. Now as I wrap, if you watched any of my other videos, I'll pull my dubbing back. This seems to make a really nice looking fly when you do that. And always be mindful that that hook is in the back there and it's very sharp. I'm going to wrap this up till I get to about, maybe 1/8 of an inch or so from the bead. Yeah, I gotta cinch this down. Shorten our thread a little bit and make it easier. Okay, that should be good enough to get it, trim that off. The next step would be combing out the dubbing. You can see when I comb this out how the dubbing naturally lays back, because when you wrap it and you fold it back, it kind of has that angle going back and it makes it look very, very good in the water. This is looking good. Now sometimes I'll trim it just a little bit. Okay. Now I'm going to take my Guinea feather. Now what I've done is I pre-colored this. For some reason in my area I couldn't find brown Guinea. I couldn't find brown Guinea anywhere. So I just took a Sharpie, a brown Sharpie, and I colored it that way. I don't know. It seems to work out really well and it holds its color in the water. So that's all that counts. Now Guinea feathers are short, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this feather and pull it back and wrap it from the tip, not from the butt. So I get it groomed back, and I'll cut the center even and shorten it up a bit. Get it captured. Kind of soft loop it just a bit. Get it captured. Couple wraps with thread. just to make sure it's secured in there. And then again, I like to take and pull it back as I'm winding it around the hook. Sometimes you can just take and wet it just a little bit, and that really helps get it back and get it in control. Also, guinea feathers are short, so you don't get a super lot of wraps on it, but you know, this isn't like a dry fly where the feather is supporting it in the water. Okay, so once we get it wrapped up and anchored, then we hold it back. You can see I'm wrapping it, a few wraps around it, and then that lays it out really nice. So see, look at that. That looks very good. It's kind of doubtful there for a minute, but that's a nice looking body right there. And then the final step is I take some brown ostrich hurl. It's funny, when the camera comes on, I can't talk. I have problems to begin with, but it's even worse with the camera. So I like to take about 3 barbs off this hurl. And it looked to be pretty even. And when I set them in here, I like to go just a little bit, almost just a little bit past the bend of the hook. I don't know if this makes a difference, but it just seems like it's one more thing to attract a fish. Any movement is good movement, right? Right. Okay, now we're gonna do a couple wraps just to cinch that in. Get my whip finish. Well, there you have it. That's my brown Guinea soft hackle fly. And it was very, very productive for me at Pass Lake, as you'll see from the upcoming footage. And Pass Lake is a persnickety lake. If you've ever fished it, you know that a good day of fishing is 3 to 5 fish. Any more than that is exceptional. And you earn every one of those fish. The clips I'm about to show you spanned about 20 minutes. And there's 4 fish that I caught within that time. It was cold, it was foggy, it was misty. There's dew on the lens of one of my camcorders. Please forgive me for that. I was so busy I didn't even think to check. Anyway, let's get to these clips and I'll be back afterwards. Enjoy. Oh yeah. Oh, the whitey boy works. Oh, yeah. Boy, it's an interesting day out here. Fog is on the water. It's kind of chilly. Come on in. Whoa, 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 whoa! Got a little air on that one. Oh yeah. Woo! Yeah. Feisty little guy. Doesn't look all that big, but definitely feisty. Okay, coming in now. Let's get the net. in the bucket, in the bucket. Now as trout goes, for Pass Lake this time of year, it's a pretty small fish. But at Pass Lake, anything's better than nothing. This is such a, I was just talking to a guy at the boat launch, and he's fished this lake for 8 hours, like 2 days in a row, and hasn't caught anything. So I feel really fortunate. Okay, here we go. Little guy, but he was fun. Here we go, back in the water. There you go. Oh, oh. Another fish. This one feels like it might be better. It's talk about back to back. Whoa, whoa, yeah. Back to back. Oh, is he still here? No, I don't know. Reel. Oh yeah, he's still here. He was coming right at me. What's he gonna do? Hasn't made his mind up yet. Just bringing him in. Took a lot of line before I could get to him. He's way out there, that's for sure. I can see him. Oh, this is a nice fish. Oh. Oh, now he's waking up. I mean, back to back. I can't believe it. For as large as this fish is, he just, maybe he's tired out or something, I don't know. Coming in now. Here he comes. Okay, let's get him in the net. Come on, guy, in the net for you. Okay. Well, that was an interesting one. Bringing him in, got wrapped around my transducer. Okay. Look at this fish. The last one fought even harder, but look at the size of this one. This is a nice fish. Okay, in the water. There he goes. Some of these fish have been caught a lot, and so they know what to do. It's like, okay, I just want to take them, come in easy and get released. Let's get these lines back in the water and see if we can do this again. That was pretty interesting. It's pretty cool for Pass Lake to have, you know, back-to-back fish like that. Oh, oh! I got another one. That's 3 within 5 minutes. Or 10 minutes, I should say. This is, whoa! There must be a school down here or something. Whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa. It's crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. 3 fish, like bam, bam, bam. Okay, this one's starting to come in, getting closer. Oh, there it is. Okay, coming up. Let's get the net. Oh, there we go. Okay. Woo! I can't believe this. That brown fly, I'm gonna tie it for this show. It's from my Guinea series, my soft hackle Guinea series, and man, has it been productive. I'm tying these flies like a steelhead fly. So I'm using stinger hooks with an upturned eye. Here we go. Whoopsie. Another nice past lake trout. Let's get him in the water. There you go, guy. Okay. Well, let's see how long we can go before we catch another fish. God, that was crazy. That was just crazy. It's clear. Whew. That was awesome. I'm not kidding you. That was just crazy. Whoa, fish on. Okay. Whoa, this one. Let me get my other. This is number 4. And I swear it's only been like 15, 20 minutes. I'm waiting for a double, the way this thing's working. Okay, coming in, coming in. There it goes. This is just freaking crazy. Come on, guy. Oh, there he goes. Whoa. Really, really strong fish. Not happy about getting caught. Oh my goodness. Oh, here it comes. Okay, let's get our net around again. Come on. Okay, ready? There we go. Whew. Okay, you ready? Look at this fish. Is this nice or what? Okay, in the water. There you go. I'm afraid to put this thing down. Okay. Let's put it back in the water and see what happens. This is just insane. Willie here, still out at Lone Lake. I love this lake. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the show. Thank you all for supporting Northwest Outdoors. Until the next time, good fishing.